Hey guys, Dan Hood, Big DH 2000 here. This is going to be a little bit of a shop video. Shop, build, whatever you want. Anyway, many of you have probably seen these cases. Pelican makes them. Apache makes them. You get them at Harbor Freight. They're just as good for what we need and a whole lot cheaper. And if you wait for them to get on sale, the small ones are about $10. Okay, take the paper out. Take the silica out. Now these have 3 layers like this that have this punch out foam in it where you can punch out squares and everything. For some time now, I've been watching, it has 3 of those and then a little soft one in the bottom. Okay. For some time now, I've watched Matt Naiman get similar like a flatter shaped one like this, and he cuts it out with his fancy CNC and everything. Long as you find the right stuff, you don't really need to do this. Well, I've taken all of this out now. I'm just going to keep one of these for shape and size, okay, because it fits in just nice. Okay, now I don't know about you guys, but Rockler is a for lack of a better term, it supplies a lot of woodcraft, a lot of basically stuff you'd find in a man's shop. Okay, here's the product. Okay, there's the code. It called, I forget, what is it, Kaizen foam? Yeah, and being that it's in millimeters, I'm guessing it's probably made in Europe and sent over here. I'm not exactly sure. They have it in 57 millimeter, which is about 2 inches, and they have it in 30 millimeter as well, which is about 1 inch. So let me pull this out. I bought a whole, what I call a big sheet. Is 2 by 4 feet. You can get them in smaller pieces, but it's really rigid foam. Okay, solid. What they make it for is, a lot of people put this in their toolbox and then cut out the shapes of their tools and lay their tools in so their tools don't move around. Might as well do the same with a Slingshot, and I'm going to show you how we do it. Let me pull this piece of foam out and mark it up a little bit, and then we'll get going. Okay, I'm back. I took this piece of foam. Wait. Let me just get my brush and brush this off so it stays clean. Okay. This bandsaw gets used a ton. Anyway, I took one of the foam pieces, marked it out on here. Okay. Now, just so you know, I just had it, must have put it, I obviously set it down in the wrong place. I'll find it in a minute. But I use one of those gold Sharpies or some kind of colored Sharpie, just so that you you have the right color. Okay. Now, you can feed it. You can obviously feed it through like this, but you need a lot of space in the back. I don't really have that space at the moment, but I'm going to do my best. Okay. So let's pull this out. Okay, and you can watch, this foam is not hard at all to use. Let me get this set a little higher. You use any bandsaw blade, it's not going to hurt the blade. It's just foam. Okay, let's get going. as you can see, that was pretty easy to cut. I'm going to do the same thing with the 1-inch piece that I got over here, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I've got the 1-inch pieces cut as well. Now you may mark them and trim them and find out, because this foam is so rigid, you may have to touch them up a bit, trim them down a bit. It'll just depend on each case. Okay, so I shoved the first one all the way down in the bottom. Okay, that's your bottom padding. Okay, take this top out too, because there's only 1-inch and 2-inch thick. There's no 1.5-inch thick here in the US that you can get easily. As you can see, it sticks up a little. That's fine. And you can close it. Okay, so now you've got the 2 pieces that fit. If you have to, you know, you can trim the edge a little bit, whatever. Pull this piece out. Okay, hold on 1 second while I get a few more things. Okay, this custom order that's going out sometime soon is for 2 slingshots. Okay, so I'm going to make the case for them. Okay, as you can see, I put this on here. Okay, I'm going to draw the outline, and then what you need to do is you need to leave a little bit of space on either side of this for the bands, a little bit of space on top, and then usually what I do is I cut the saddle out. Okay, the reason I cut the saddle straight across instead of cutting it in here is so that I have a space to put my bands when they're on the slingshot. Okay, you always got to remember to have space like that. Now I'm probably going to turn this like this, okay, so that the lanyard can also come up and sit underneath it. Okay, now this is the 2-inch piece. Okay, so I'm going to mark these up and I'll be right back. Okay folks, I relocated you to a different part of the shop. I've got them marked up. Now you're probably thinking, wow, Dan, those are close together. No, they're not, because this is the outline. So I got to cut on the inside of these, right? And this is very rigid foam. So even though it's close to the edge, it's really not that bad, because once you put it down in the case keeps it trapped. And I'm not going to cut any edges. You'll see why in a minute. Now, I've just got a 1/4-inch drill bit on this, okay? Okay, 2 holes all the way through. Now let's pause for a second. Okay folks, I'm over here. I've put my scroll saw blade through this. Okay, it's a bit of a tight squeeze on my scroll saw. I could probably take this off and do it different, but I've got it in here, so I'm fine. So let's get going and cut it out. I'm doing all of this so you guys see how it works, okay? Loosen them and then pop the blade loose. And then if you want, get back where you can get the blade out. There you go. Yeah, it's on the ground. Pop it loose, and there you go. You've cut it out with a scroll saw, okay? I'll do the second one, come right back. Okay guys, obviously you've got the one side marked. If you don't want, you can either leave that up to show if you want, or you can turn it upside down. You put it in, okay? Here's a finished one of this. Goes right down in the inside of that, okay? And a second one. Okay. Now, if you want, you can see they fit in nice. They don't come out. Close it down nice. Nothing gets injured. Now, you can do multiple things. You can use, I like to use the 2-inch foam for this part of it. Okay. Just because a lot of my Slingshots got deep handles and deep things, this keeps them in there tight. Okay, just like I want them. You can also do 3 layers of 1-inch if you want, and put the layer that holds these in the middle and put another layer on top if you want. I just like it like this, and it's deep enough you could almost stack 4 Slingshots in here if you wanted, which I sometimes do in the same case. The only thing is you got to put something between the layers, but when you've got all that extra stuff like lanyards and everything in there, this works. Anyway, on the Big DH 2000 shop, you'll see this again. This video won't come out for a while. When you see it, there'll be 2 customs in this thing, headed out to a friend who ordered them, and he has 1 of each coming in there, and you'll be able to see that, okay? So this holds 2 through the fork models. I've actually made one, which I don't have visible right now. I made one for me that holds 2 of the same frame. I've also made one that holds the 1 frame, and I've also cut out holes for all the stuff I want to put in it. So you'll see pictures of that when I finally release this. Take care. This is just a shop video to show you how to make it yourself.